Most people think modern Australia is already the final boss of nature, the place where every bush might hide a spider the size of your hand, where the ocean is the domain of sharks, big enough to snap a surfboard in two, and where a jellyfish the size of a fingernail can actually kill a grown man in minutes. The place with snakes that carry neurotoxins so powerful that literally just a few milligrams can end a life. But if you took all of that danger, every single nightmare people associate with modern Australia, and you tried to stretch it to the maximum, you still wouldn't even get close to what Australia was like in the prehistoric era. The version of Australia that humans first saw with their own eyes around 50,000 years ago wasn't just dangerous. It was pure nightmare fuel. Nature was not only trying to kill you, it had options. If this already blew your mind, hit subscribe right now so you don't miss what comes next. Imagine being one of the first humans to step onto that land. You are exhausted from migration. You are surrounded by unfamiliar landscapes, plants and trees that smell and look different. The air is dry. The climate swings between harsh drought and sudden storms. And then, when you begin to explore, you realize the top predators here are not tigers, lions, or bears. They are reptiles. Giant reptiles, faster than you expect, smarter than you expect, and absolutely built to destroy. One of the first horrors you could meet was the land-running crocodilian, Quincana. Not some slow river ambusher, but a crocodile that could literally sprint on land with long legs lifting its body off the ground like a terrifying reptile marathon runner. It had blade-like serrated teeth that acted like prehistoric steak knives, designed to slice flesh like butter. This thing could easily take down mammals bigger than itself. Humans, definitely on the menu, and if your plan to survive was to jump in the water to escape, well, bad news. There is evidence. It was also an efficient swimmer, and if you thought that was unfair, there was another monster on land even more disturbing. A monitor lizard so huge that even conservative estimates describe it like a Komodo dragon on steroids, and like modern monitor lizards, it likely used venom, meaning even if you escaped alive after a bite, you were still probably dead. As if that wasn't enough. Prehistoric Australia also had giant constrictor snakes like Wanambi. Today, when we think of pythons, we imagine them swallowing prey whole. But Wanambi didn't even need to because its jaw structure wasn't flexible like modern snakes. So instead of swallowing you, it would constrict you, crush your circulation, and then tear chunks of flesh off your body. Imagine that. There are human cultures in Australia where death by giant snake constriction has been documented historically. Now imagine that threat multiplied by prehistoric scale. But the madness didn't stop with reptiles. Even the mammals stepped into the nightmare playlist. Tetai lacoleo, also known as the marsupial lion, was pound for pound the strongest biting mammal known. Its skull was built like a muzzle engine. It had huge incisors that acted like daggers and blade-like premolars that could shear through windpipes, arteries, and spinal cords. Scientists estimate that this creature could kill its prey in under a minute, which is insane when we consider that modern lions sometimes take over 10 minutes to bring down large animals. And if the bite didn't finish the job, the Thylacoleo had retractable claws on semi-opposable thumbs that could rip and hook into flesh. Some researchers believe it could climb trees with quills, like a leopard, which makes it even more terrifying. Imagine walking under a tree and not knowing a marsupial apex predator is crouched above you. And what about herbivores? Normally you would think, okay, if the carnivores are insane, at least the plant eaters are harmless, right? No. Not in ancient Australia. The protodon, a relative of the wombat, could weigh over 3 tons. Basically, a vegetarian the size of an elephant that could literally crush you by simply walking in the wrong direction. And then there were giant birds like Genornis flalus, heavier, towering over humans, capable of using their massive beaks to defend themselves. And now think about all of this together, all at once, in the same environment. Giant venomous lizards, sprinting crocodilians, giant snakes tearing prey apart, marsupial lions ripping throats, elephant-sized herbivores stomping around, and human beings who had never seen ANY of this before. Yet somehow, humans did not just survive this hell mode ecosystem. They conquered it. They adapted. They hunted some of these creatures. They outlived almost all of them. In the end, maybe the scariest animal in ancient Australia. Don't forget to subscribe, because every week we bring the most insane true stories from the ancient world.